Okay, we now know that Gloucester-Hartpury and Saracens women are the two teams in the final for the PWR. Very exciting. We just had two fantastic semi-finals. Obviously, Saracens against Harlequins at the StoneX, and then Gloucester-Hartpury against Bristol Bears at Queen's Home. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with Saracens versus Harlequins, the first game of the weekend. A game I was at. This is the shirt we got signed, me and my dad. And go check out the match day vlog if you want to see which signatures we got on the shirt. It'll be up here somewhere, a card to the video. But you guys check it out. It was really good, fantastic atmosphere at the StoneX. There must have been a couple of thousand, maybe 3,000 people there. Yeah, I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was a brilliant game. Harlequins started off very quickly. Claudia Penna getting the first try of the game, and yeah, she did really well. She went in the corner, big handoffs on a couple of Saracens girls. Jess Breach got handed off, but no, she was really good. Claudia Penna scoring that try. But Tuima is unable to convert, but Harlequins get the early lead, and then Harrison gets a penalty, and then Alicia Corrigan goes in the corner for Saracens, going back in lead for the first time. And yeah, just Saracens. Then there's a bit of a to and fro in the first half. Ellie Kildun, when you watch her in person, I've watched her before for England, and I've watched her once at Quins, so I kind of missed most of the match because I got delayed. But this is the first time I've seen her up close, and fuck me, she is proper quick. She is way quicker than anyone else out there on the pitch. It is mad. As you can see in the vlog, go watch the vlog. Like, it is really crazy, the difference in just speed and like the way she accelerates. It's like a rabbit. Once she puts like, what's the phrase? Puts her hair, ears back or whatever, she's gone. She is literally gone. It was crazy to watch. And yeah, then Jess Breach scores like a few minutes later. She takes a high ball and then runs it back and does a little sidestep and skips through this Queen's defence. And yeah, so that makes the Rugby Rodeo very interesting, their podcast, because they both scored. Obviously, sadly, one of them had to become a loser. We'll get onto that in a bit. But yes, and then Saracens do get another try before half-time. Marley Packer goes over. I think they've just got a penalty advantage, Saracens, and then she very cleverly from the back of the ruck does a pick and go and goes over. So that makes it, I think it was 20-12 at half-time. Yeah, a great performance from Saracens in the first half. After a strong Quins 15-20 minutes, Saracens sort of took hold. Second half, Clifford and Cleo were both denied tries to Saracens, and they were really camped out on the Quins line, or Quins 22, for a good 10-15 minutes in the second half. But it's actually Torley who gets the first try of the second half for Quins and brings the score back to within 3. Tuima missed a few kicks this game. I think she got one in the first half. I think she might have missed every other one, maybe got one at the end. She didn't have her best game off the boot. Zoe Harrison's a bit better, but still not as good as one of the kickers in the other game, which we'll get to, who was fantastic. But yeah, Torley gets a try, but then it goes back. Saracens managed to get a quick fire double with May Campbell, and Alicia Corrigan gets a second. Corrigan gets the first one, actually, then Campbell scores afterwards. So yeah, it was that was sort of the end of the match, really. That was a devastating blow. Took it out to 32-17. So it was a big swing in momentum. Harlequins managed to get one back near the end. I think Latsha gets the try, and then Sempt gets a yellow card with 7 minutes to go, which makes things interesting. But Saracens are able to hold on with an 8-point gap, and yeah, so they get through to the final. Yeah, they're at the final at the StoneX. It's a home final for them, because it happens to be the venue they're always going to play at. It will be at home, the Saracens, but they will be in the away dressing room because Gloucester won the other semi-final and they finished top of the regular season. But yeah, going back to the Saracens Harlequins game, some fantastic players. I thought Rosie Gallagher, personally, I thought she was unbelievable. Her line-outs, man, she's absolute unit in the line-outs. Poppy Cleo gets man of the match. She was brilliant. Ball carrying was fantastic. Jess Breach looked brilliant after 4 or 5 months out, and I think this is only a second game back. It might be third, I'm not sure. I might be wrong there. But she was really good. Zoe Harrison was good at 10. But yeah, and lots of Quins players were really good as well. But I think they got slightly out-muscled in the forwards, which is just classic Saracens v Harlequins in men's or women's. It's all the same, isn't it? Just Harlequins have got the exciting backs, you know. Ellie Kildun, obviously incredible. Claudia Penna looking really exciting, but it's the forward game which I think wins it for Saracens there today. So yeah, Saracens, fantastic win. see as a lovely clip. I'll try and put it up in the video of Ellie Kildunn and Jess Breach. Jess Breach sort of consoling Ellie Kildunn after the match. Obviously heartbreaking for Kildunn to be knocked out in the semi-final. She really wants to get a chance in the final, let alone win for the PWR for Quins. So nice moment there, Jess Breach consoling Kildunn, and just all about rugby's all about, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, they're all friends off the field, and I saw Rosie Gallagher sort of late tackling Kildunn halfway in the match, and they had a bit of a fight. But at the end of the day, it's just about getting on after the game, and that's nice to see from those two. And it'll be interesting to see what they say on their podcast, The Rugby Rodeo. Go subscribe and follow it on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, do all that stuff. And also, while you're there, I'm going to mention it in the middle of the video for once. Please subscribe to this channel. I need 50 subscribers to be able to go live on YouTube. If you manage to get 6-7 minutes in, whatever this is, please do subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. But we're getting to the second semi-final. Of course, Gloucester-Hartpury playing Bristol Bears at Queen's Home. And first of all, we've got to say a fantastic crowd at Queen's Home. I mean, it's got to be about 7,000 or 8,000 there. And yeah, an amazing start for Bristol Bears, actually, because I think Lark Atkin-Davies goes over twice in the first 20 minutes to put them up 10-0. Holly Aitchison, fantastic in play, but misses both the kicks. And again, this is the thing. The kicking let Bristol down, and that's the difference between Gloucester and Bristol. It really was. So yeah, 2 quick-fire tries for Bristol Bears, and then Elle Perry gets one back for Gloucester, the prop. She goes over. And Emma Singh, I think it's the only conversion she misses. She misses that one right in front of the post. But all the rest of them, Emma Singh, fantastic. She gets one from the sideline for the Gloucester's second try, which was from Sarah Beckett. And yeah, she absolutely nails it. And she nailed them all game after that. It was fantastic to watch. I was like, oh my God, this is what England is, what we need. It has to be in the World Cup and Women's Six Nations. It's crucial to be able to have a goal kicker with a great percentage. And wow, she was incredible. Which I know she's top point scorer in the PWR all season. She was doing it all season. So, yeah, brilliant from Emma Singh. And then Evie Gallagher gets sent off for 10 minutes in the sin bin in the later on in the first half. And Gloucester go on and get another try in that period. So that really cost Bristol Bears. They went from 10-0 up after 20 minutes or so to 19-10 down at half time, and that's kind of where the game was lost. I mean, it wasn't really, but it was, you know what I mean? That was terrible, but it was such a huge swing, and they lost a great start. It was kind of disappointing, but they come out quickly in the second half. Ilona Marr, obviously the superstar, American superstar over here in the PWR for Bristol, scores in the corner, a good try, and she had a very good game, Ilona Marr. But controversially, about 5 minutes after she scores this, she's actually subbed off for Millie Davids, top try scorer of the PWR this season, and we'll get onto her in a bit. But yeah, Ilona Marr scores in the corner, bringing Bristol back into just a few points. But I think, again, Aitchison misses the conversion, so... What's that, is it 19-15 at this point, I think? I haven't checked the scores. But yeah, Aldcroft then goes over for Gloucester not long after, and that's probably the fatal blow, really, for Bristol. And she was fantastic, Zoe Aldcroft. She got player of the match. She was brilliant. Obviously, Gloucester-Hartpury captain, England captain, and yeah, just showing why she has that title. She was brilliant all game. So she goes over for Gloucester-Hartpury, and yeah, I think Gloucester get a couple more, but we've got to talk about Millie David. Gets a fantastic finish. One of the best finishes you will see in men's or women's rugby this year. It's not a theatric dive, but it's the way she has the strength to get past as 2 defenders are trying to push her out in the corner. Not only does she manage to keep the strength and stay in touch, but she has to bend down and get the ball down and not lose contact with the ball and lose control. And she does it all and scores. It was, what a finish that was from her. But yes, overall the game finishes 36-20 to Gloucester-Hartpury. Well-deserved win for Gloucester. And yeah, as I said, they'll be in the final at the StoneX Stadium in London. And they'll be in the home changing room, even though it's at Saracens ground and they're playing Saracens. Obviously the crowd, I would expect, will be more Saracens dominated. But Gloucester-Hartpury have a huge following, so I'd expect a lot of them to make the journey up to the StoneX in London. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one. We'll get into a sort of preview / predictions video closer to the time, maybe in about a week, 10 days time. Obviously, that is Sunday the 16th of March at 3 o'clock. I will be there for the game. I'll do another vlog. Of course, I'll be backing Saracens. Come on, the Sarries. Come on, Sarries. But yeah, I can't wait for that game. Hopefully the weather was as good as it was on Saturday, because that really did help with the game. For both the games, it was really good weather, dry and quite sort of mild. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're going to have lots of England players. It's going to be 2 stacked squads. Hopefully a big crowd. I hope over 5,000. Hopefully we can get 2 stands being used at the StoneX, although we'll see. It's not a women's thing, it's a Saracens thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. If you got this final video, tell me who you think is going to win next week. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, the preview video. Please do check out my match day vlog from the semi-final, Saracens v Harlequins. And yeah, there'll be plenty more rugby videos coming out. Please do subscribe and like this if you liked it, but subscribe because I want to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the week, preferably. And yeah, thank you for watching if you got this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.